Thank you so much for joining us for our very first online virtual Uncensored. Uncensored is a testament to the resilience that we exhibit as an organization, as a creative community, as educators, and for these performers, as the next generation of change makers. I would like to thank the entire MCC staff, the board, our artistic directors, Will Cantler, Bernie Telsey, Robert Lapone, and for the support of our executive director, Blake West. We could not have done this without you. And of course, there is not a show without an audience. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, especially with the situation the way that it is in the world, that you're making time for us and to support these young students. Denise, take it away.
We also want to give a big thank you to all of the parents and guardians of our young people who have really helped make sure that they have been able to be here throughout this process. Obviously, it was no easy feat, but these young people have worked their butts off and we could not be prouder of them. And we're excited to bring you into that experience. And what we've really learned through this is that we have to get through this as a community. And we are really grateful to have them in our community and that we are a part of theirs. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our co-directors, Jen Shirley and Kevin Carrillo.
Good evening, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to our live streamed Uncensored 2020. I'm Jen Shirley.
And I'm Kevin Carrillo, and we're the directors of Uncensored. The mission of MCC Theater is to provoke conversations that otherwise might not happen. And we continue this mission in the Youth Company by helping young people develop their artistic voices and providing the platform for their desire to speak out and the courage to be heard.
Each year, we explore a theme related to the idea of identity. This year, we took a deeper look at the idea of truth, personal truth, political truth, universal truths. Where do they live? And how do we know when we encounter them? Every piece of writing you see this evening reflects this greater exploration about what are our collective and individual truths.
Despite the closure of theater around the world, we've decided to move forward with our mission in the Youth Company and have gathered in virtual spaces to continue our process.
MCC Theater is committed to the sharing of these voices. And just like artists globally, we are learning this new platform together. Although traditionally this is an ensemble presentation, the company is gathering in the spirit of ensemble to support our individual voices, although we are physically distant. Thank you for supporting us in this endeavor.
And enjoy the show.
When you're born in a city like this, as you grow, it slowly becomes a part of you. It thrives with you. The neon lights, the delicious food, the beautiful hotels, street vendors, and $1 pizza places. The places with birds singing, kids playing, parents gossiping, all things that make living here so exciting. But you also learn to embrace the darkness of it. The not so wonderful side of what looks like a city of dreams. Trust me, it is a city of dreams, but anything can happen here. And that's also the bad part about it too. Anything can happen. Live here long enough, you're gonna experience what it's like to wait for a delayed train. You're gonna have to deal with a bus driver who woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You're gonna witness a car crash or a fire or a robbery or a murder, or even experience what it's like to be the heart of a worldwide pandemic. Shit happens. People say New Yorkers are a different breed. They'd be correct. We've been through blistering hot but radiant summers, harsh, frigid winters, active, blooming springs, and pumpkin spice flavored, amber colored falls. We've been through it all, time and time again. I live here long enough and you can feel it touch your soul with its eclectic music. You can hear it whispering in your ears. Go anywhere you desire. This is the city that never sleeps. Taste all the different flavors it has to offer. Smell distinctive aromas and evocative scents, and see the brightness of this metropolis during the day, or witness the darkness of this Gotham during the night. It has everything to offer. You just gotta take a look from above. So climb the tallest building you can. Sit on the ledge and take it all in. Breathe it in, you know? Feel every quiver of its beating heart. Ask a question or two and listen to it for just a second. It might talk back, but who knows? Anything can happen.
Truth. What is the truth? How do you know the truth? Because even the truth has some lies in it. Only you can know your truth. But is that even the truth? Because everyone has different points of view. So who can say, I'm not telling the truth just because you saw something different? The truth is a weird illusion that no one can ever figure out. Not even the one who told it.
They struggled and struggled, they ran and they fought to stay out of trouble. They ran to the light from day until night, the end of the tunnel. They made it, they did it, from rain to the sun, but who says they're finished? The brains that we make, the jobs that we hate, they do for their children. The land of the free, the home of the brave, we should be ashamed. It's burning, we're crushing, they help us start bashing, they suffer in pain. They thought free was here, they drown in their tears, right here is the same. They're battered and beat, the land of the sleep, the home of the slain. The home of the slain, the home of the slain. They grind, they break and they bind, but what do they gain? The home of the slain, the home of the slain. The bloodshed is past, our problems were cast, but what do we change? We blame criminal feats on the ones who can't speak. They aren't monsters, they're our sponsors, all they want us to eat. We give the bad guys a fame, we give our problems a shade. We feel nothing, we are bluffing, we let liberty fade. We have ourselves to blame for all those people who came in search of freedom. We don't keep them, are we going insane? Is this the land of the free or the land of the sleep? All we have is VIP, all the rest are in need. Is this the home of the brave or the home of the slain? This is where the only people with brains are either crippled or cane. Only thing I know is that this is the home of the hate. This is the land of the greed, the home of the slaves, the land of the sleep, the home of the slain, the home of the slain, the home of the slain. They grind they break and they bind, but what do they gain? The home of the slain, the home of the slain. Our problems have cast, our bloodshed has passed, but what do they change?
I was standing in the lobby of the theater waiting for my ticket. A short, older white woman with stiff, graying hair approaches me with an extended arm, touches my hair, and with a little yank says, "Wow, your hair is so nice. Is it real?" I say, "Thank you. Yeah, it's like this naturally." She says, "Wow, really? I wish I could do that. What brings you to the show tonight?" I reply, "My mom's in the show," and I point to her headshot. She takes a look at the photo and replies, like a light bulb went off, "Oh, that's why your hair is like that." And with that, she walks away and into the theater. After I get my ticket, I follow suit, and of course, my seat assignment is right next to hers. In the few hours this woman knew me, she learned a few things about me. I'm a young woman with curly hair who's half black. In the first minute I knew her, I learned that this woman has lived at least 60 years on this earth and thinks it's perfectly normal to go up and yank a stranger's hair. Moments like this show me that how I'm seen in the world reveals more about the seer than it does about me. Entitlement is your surface-level judgment of my character. It's your selfish view of me. Some people brandish the fact that they identify or think they identify with a group of minorities. Oh, my great-grandma was Native American. According to my 23andMe results, I'm 2% African. My best friend is black, so how can I be racist? And it somehow makes them absolved of all wrongdoing? You try so hard to find something that distances you from your privilege. Your intention might not be bad, but at a certain point, it just comes off as a selfish way to diminish my identity and experiences into something that fits in with yours. How many people actually acknowledge someone as a full person upon first glance, instead of just noticing certain parts of them? Their hair, their lips, their skin tone. If you cared to actually see me as a person, you might notice things that nobody else would ever care to find out. Like, did you know I hate burgers? I'm usually fully carnivorous, but ground meat is where I draw the line. You might notice the little baby curl that lives right on my hairline. You might notice my clubbed thumb. My mom says it means I come from royalty. You might notice the way I bite my tongue when I concentrate, or I tuck my hair behind my ears when I'm nervous. You might notice the little freckles on my nose that dance, or the scars on my hands that tell stories. You might notice how fully I listen and how generous my smile is. You might notice the way my eyes look like pools of dark honey in the sun. Maybe then you could see me.
Young black girl, holding the world on her shoulders, walking with her head held high, trying not to drop her crown. Young precious girl, who people huff and puff at because her name is more than 7 letters, and who doesn't feel safe in her town and has to listen to people say racist jokes in her ear, calling her the N-word or a monkey, and throw eggs at her houses, and who sits and lets a weird white man whisper in her ear, telling her to go back to Africa. Lost, unloved girl, whose father wasn't there so she hides away, whose mother was gone day and night working 3 jobs just to keep food and lights on the table, and whose brother got shot just because of the pigment of his skin. Strong, angry girl that cries at night, thinking her mother should have got an abortion, who smells like pain and regrets because her beauty lies in her heart and not her body, who doesn't eat, starving herself to feel wanted and pretty again, because the world bullies you, telling you that you will be nothing, nothing more than a young, misunderstood girl, when you are a smart, beautiful woman, with skin as smooth like cocoa butter, and hair braided, twisted, and straightened and curled, with a body full grown, big lips, loud talking, and an attitude to match, so strong and independent. So to all my girls, don't ever let people tell you that you are nothing, or say that you can't do that, tell you to smile more, or you don't fit in, you can't get the job, you can't be different, you can't be you. We go through so much, and this is just a reminder that it is not okay. We should be confident because we are so amazing. We are diverse, beautiful, and unstoppable. We can do anything. So let's dream big and never be afraid to use our voice. Let our skin shine through the darkness of the world and conquer the hate. But remember, you are so much more than a girl. You are you.
Female, Muslim, Black. 3 oppressed groups I'm attached to, not by choice, but by society. The society that allowed me to grow up without loving myself. The society that chooses to hate me when they don't know me. The society that rejects me because of the way I look. Female, Muslim, Black. Islam means the submission to God. That is the duty of Muslims, to keep the peace of this world, to keep the peace within themselves. That is hard. Hard to deflect the sharp pain being thrown at you like many daggers, left with the semi-deep cuts by the people within society. Hard to hear the words that effortlessly leave the throat of ignorance. Hard to walk through the streets at night. Hard to see what's ahead of me. I can only see a smaller version of who I used to be. It was like she was nothing. Bullies circling around her, screaming out, "African booty scratcher. Go back to where you came from. You stink. Let me see your hair. What would you do if I were to take it off?" Female, Muslim, Black. She froze in agony and turned in on herself, hating the skin she is seeing, yearning to take off her hijab to show everyone the length they thought she lacked. She thought maybe she could show some people, show them she's just like them, like my permed hair was the solution to this, questioning which path in life she takes. Let people decide for you or decide for yourself. Little things like when they hear the tone of my voice, the way that my words travel through their ears as a white girl, does speaking proper make me less black? They assume I would never step out of good morning, how are you, to yo, what's up? It's a joke. Now, she's female, Muslim, and black, so you know what that means? I'm dangerous to them. I'm the one who overstepped my boundaries. I'm the one who gets locked up with the chains of the media. Meanwhile, the real perpetrators are walking freely, coming to strike again. They already have. I mean, just look at the Muslims being held in concentration camps, a continuity, and we just sit back and watch. We watch our world rot in accepting hate, a tragedy that you will never see on your TV, a tragedy that will only reach the apps in your phone. You caption it and you share it on your 24-hour stories, and then you come across a meme, laugh, and forget about what you shared previously. A tragedy that people feel is payback for 9/11, a tragedy that will only come to an end when it's too late. Female, Muslim, black. I used to hate who I was. Now I must walk with my head held high and ready to defend myself and others when necessary. In the land of the free and the home of the brave, it is the only way I can survive as a Black Muslim female.
Little bro, who's not so small anymore, oh, how you've grown. You are the funniest person I know, but I take full responsibility for where your humor came from. You're still the only person I watch scary movies with, and you refuse to take pictures, which makes every moment anyone spends with you so much more special. So I couldn't bear to see your name in the news or your face all beaten and bloodied by an officer who couldn't care less about the person I love most. I couldn't bear with having to plan a funeral and there not being enough pictures because, little bro, there hasn't been enough time. You're only 14, but to them, you're old enough to take rounds of bullets to your body, strong enough to endure a beating till you take your last breaths, black enough to be treated as an animal. I am incapable of letting people see my brother as nothing more than a thug for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. I refuse to allow them to think anything of who you are because you are so, so beautiful. More beautiful than people will ever understand, more beautiful than you will ever see. And I don't care if you never become famous or never have your name in shining lights. Just be my little bro. Don't get caught up in the wrong crowd. Don't become a statistic. Just stay mine. Stay my little bro.
Sometimes I feel like a monster from the people around me, how they treat me, how they react to me. I feel like this creature pushed aside, this burden for people to deal with, and I apologize. I sit there and apologize because a monster was just existing there and wasn't wanted. What should a monster do? Should a monster change himself? But no matter how hard he changes or tries to change for people to be comfortable, people are still gonna see and not be used to a monster. He tried so hard to fit in, but he can't because he's a monster. He's trapped in this loop and he can't break out he'll always be a monster in their eyes. So he dreams. He dreams of a world where he isn't seen as this animal, a place where he can do what he truly wants. But would that dream ever come true?
Heard you a killer, I come back alive. We are descendants, my African tribes. Go out like a bee, cause we do not hide. Fighting for money that drips from the high. Sold on the boat, 2 million died.
Slaves are within us, my grandmother died.
Arrest all the cops, I wish I had rights.
Don't cut my hair, cause I'm black with pride.
Buried the map, Miss Tubman's my guide.
Grew up with nothing, they make us divide.
Bullies stole blocks, Mexican classified. Drowning the tide, to trees we are tied.
Bullies stole blocks, Mexican classified.
Drowned in the tide, to trees we were tied.
America's still not satisfied. Run from the KKK, do put the gun away. My past is thrown away, the N-word's not okay. People died on the terms of that word. You think it's okay? My grandfather burned. Pick it up, put it down, hope we find a common ground. Turn your house upside down, we all deserve equal now. Pick us up, don't put us down. My ancestors in the ground. Now this time I'm screaming loud, we all deserve freedom now. This is a sickness in our DNA. Lock us indoors and throw us away. Things from the past don't haunt us today. You treat us poorly and think it's okay. All of my rights have been thrown away. Sickness, no help, we die every day. Searching for light, hope we find a way. Living in hell, get down and I pray.
Hurt and enslaved as you walk all on me. Chains in our shackles, we'll never be free.
Lies that they told, we live in defeat. The hate that you give me just cause I'm me.
Throw eggs at our houses to keep us indoors. Pull out my hair cause it isn't like yours.
They think I'm stealing, get kicked out the stores. These are the things that we face even more.
The hate in their faces because of how we were born. We words that you call us get stuck in our pores.
Can't get a job, guess I'll say poor. What in the world are you fighting me for? Pick it up, put it down, hope we find a common ground. Turn your house upside down, we all deserve equal now. Spread the love, pass the crown. Love yours truly, Caramel Brown.
The loud laughs, screams, and the sounds of various vehicles, from cheap to expensive, coming from the streets as I walked. I adored the noises and honks from the enraged drivers. Even if traffic was frustrating, it was where I lived. Countless dinners of adobo and mongo and sinigang and nilaga and panakyu and taron and ube, deafening families, and the lighthearted arguments. I admired the music coming from the fancy restaurants and the music coming from the street kids who were the dirty sunshines of all Filipino lives. It was where I laughed. Although I observe unfortunate things as I walk down these polluted streets. The kids with no homes, begging for food and money on the streets as their weak mothers knocked on our car doors, begging along with them. I never acknowledged it until I moved. Moved to a place where these things were all an act. People in wheelchairs stood up to walk out the train doors. Mere cosplayers who were desperate for money roamed through the train cabins. Though some of these lives that they described were real, so many weren't. So many felt like I was just watching a staged performance. The dinners were made with no heart at all. The weather was all I paid attention to. Survival was all I needed here. So all that was on my mind, all I reminisced, was where I'm from.
Nothing will ever move me like my mother's company. Whether it's over a lunch table, sprinting in surprise, buzzing in anticipation, grabbing the bag lunch from her hand, my classmates' eyes flickering with envy, smiles to her inviting face. Never needing to say thank you because she knew what I was thinking. She was the muscles to my heart, the electricity in my brain, the waves to my boat in the sea. Whether it's honking the horn of her rundown SUV that I was so convinced was a time machine, picking me up from school and making me give her the rundown. Who hates who? What did the teacher say? What did he do? She gave me a space to be me. Pizza, a trip to the bank, the store, the post office, returning home and making dinner, on every plate, the seasoning swim in a pool of culture and love, perseverance, affirmation, and hugs. Nothing will ever move me like my mother's company. She is the muscles to my heart, the electricity in my brain, the waves to my boat in the sea. When giving kisses to sleep, turning to forcing fires and knives, warning me of whatever shadow might come to get her. Even if it is my dad, because I forget, was he riding the ropes of the devil that time, or was he a doppelganger altogether, with the will of familiarity pulled over my eyes, dragging me into that same SUV, a jar of coins in the trunk, obsessive ramblings in my ear, a bag of clothes in the back seat, driving down a highway with no end that I could see. When I told myself to check the door, but I was too late to see her go missing. She doesn't make dinner anymore, and it's fine because I'd rather not eat. When she does, it's not quite a concoction, but a well-forgotten recipe, an anxious creation, hate in the slices, misery in the meat, paranoia in the smell of the steam, filling the air in my hellish dreams, that space that she used to give me, soul dying and suffocating screams, honesty festering into a rotten core, broken brooms, chairs, belts, children, doors, walls with kitchen knives left protruding, open sores, smiles crumbling, whisking away in a desolate breeze. Nothing will ever move me like my mother's company. Like the muscles to my heart, the electricity in my brain, the waves to my boat in the sea. When they stop working, I do too.
Can you tell me why? Was I not enough? It's because I was born a girl. It's because I wasn't calm. Did I talk too much? Did I piss you off? It's because I always woke you up when I couldn't sleep. What's the truth? Why didn't you feel any regret? Do you know what you did to me? Why did you say I wasn't yours? When you left and then came back, did it not make you wish things were different? You acted like you didn't do anything, like you didn't leave when we needed you the most. Then you disappeared. But then I saw you. We talked. I was happy. You asked for my contact info. A day. Nothing. A week. Nothing. A month. Nothing. Why did you ask if you weren't going to contact me? It's been years. You still seem to follow us where we go. You have a new family now. So what is the truth? Why'd you do it, Dad?
I carry the small black screen that lights up at the touch of a button. I carry white buds that hang by too thin wires that let out sound that depicts my mood. I carry a thin white green slip that helps me teleport. I carry my thirst in a bottle. I carry a hard rectangle that lets me be known. I carry a stick that transforms my thoughts on paper. I carry a white flexible stack of sheets that fix my disgust. I carry many different metals that opens doors for me. I carry the void of emotions on rainy days. I carry the fear of being trapped in by large, thick walls. I wish I carried the ability to be a social butterfly and roam around a field of species. I wish I carried the excitement of entering the doors that further my education. I wish I carried the patience that'll allow me to handle ignorance. I wish I had a sane mind so that I'd be able to fit into the sea of fishes.
Oh my God, Joe, you do not have any idea what my mother just texted me. She's all like, when are you coming to church soon? Like,
Oh my God, I can't find my earrings. What am I going to do?
What? What?
Have you seen my earrings? The cute little dangly ones.
I haven't seen any little dangly thing since that guy James I went out with a couple of years ago. Remember him?
Miles, seriously, have you seen them?
No, Jesus, relax. Just wear a different pair.
No, these ones go perfectly with my outfit. And I can't change now. I have to leave in 2 minutes. Just get up and help me.
What's the big deal? It's not like you're going on a date or anything.
I just want to look nice. Is that such a crime? So are you gonna help me or not?
Wait, is this a date? Are you going on a date?
No, I told you. I just want to look nice.
You're lying, you little whore. Who is it?
It's nobody. Leave it alone.
At least tell me their gender.
No, you'll just get all judgy and go on a rant about how all these people leave me because I'm bi.
Well, I wouldn't say I get judgy. I just observe things and then say my opinion about them.
Well, your opinion is judgy, and I don't want to hear it.
Fine. So, are you telling this one that you're bi?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Well, if it's a guy, then look no further than Aaron.
Happy Valentine's Day, babe.
Happy Valentine's Day. I have a special night planned for us.
Oh yeah? What do you have in mind?
I was thinking we could have Samantha over.
Your coworker?
Yeah, I was thinking we can have
I don't?
Well, because last week you told me you were bi, I was thinking we could maybe have a three-way.
Excuse me?
Because you said you like both guys and girls, I was thinking you can have the best of both worlds.
Aaron, I literally gave up my whole week for you.
Well, this can be fun for the both of us.
No, I want to spend time with you and only you. I don't even like Samantha.
Then we can find a girl that we both like.
No, you're not getting it. If I'm not enough for you, then this is over.
What a lovely guy.
Haha, so funny. I just want to be upfront with them and let them know who I really am.
Remember the last time you did that? Let's take a look at Anna.
Yeah, so that's why I don't really visit my family over the holidays anymore.
Yeah, so does your family know that you're into women?
Definitely not. They would implode. How about you?
Yeah, my family was really supportive of me coming out as bi.
Bi? You're bi?
Yeah, it says that in my profile.
Oh, guess I missed that.
Are you okay?
Actually, I don't really date bi girls.
Oh, why not?
Just because you're confused and I don't really want to be your experiment, and when you eventually leave me for a guy, I just don't want to deal with that. Bye.
Okay, well, whatever. You had your fair share of biphobes. Remember, John?
I remember, John. We don't need to rehash the biphobia, bi-erasure, and all that jazz.
John was kind of a dick anyways.
Yeah, exactly, which is why you shouldn't tell this person that you're bi just yet.
So what? I should be ashamed that I'm bi?
No, you should just be careful.
Oh, you're one to talk. Remember, Michelle?
So how do you know Tyler?
Oh, it's actually so funny because we used to go out and now he's setting me up with other people.
You used to go out with Tyler. My male friend Tyler. You're gay?
Oh. Ha. Wow. I didn't mean to out Tyler like that, but yeah, I'm bisexual.
Interesting. Well, I think we know where this is heading.
What do you mean?
Well, obviously, I can't date you. I mean, you put your thing inside, you know.
Okay, what does that have to do with us?
It's just gross, you know. You put your thing inside the...
I know where I put it. The question is, why does that matter?
It just makes me uncomfortable, okay?
Okay, all right, I'm done. You were late, and I had 2 cocktails before you got here, so you could pick up the check. Bye.
Okay. Now you got me all worried. Stupid Miles, what should I do?
Don't go. I mean, why would you? Look at all the others who didn't understand that this is who we are. We have to constantly come out to every date we're with. It's gonna be an uphill battle.
Really, Miles? You can't be positive for at least 1 minute?
I'm sorry, girl. You know how it is. I don't need to remind you. I mean, maybe this one's different. All I'm saying is look for the signs. If you see that they're even the slightest bit uncomfortable with who you are, you gotta go. We spend too much time trying to deal with ignorance.
I know.
And I can't have you calling me again, telling me how much of a horrible date you had. So, how about this? You get your cute little kitten heels on, leave your stupid earrings at home, and just have fun.
Okay, you're right. I'll go with what my gut says and see what happens. Wish me luck.
Luck.
Bro, when I look at girls, my skin flares up and my tummy does triple flips. When they dress in cute clothing because they want to, absolutely stunning. Boys, also cute. They have a certain charm to them that makes me want to beat them up, to carry the weight of my affections through my fists. To me, being cute is just having body hair or having pimples. To being able to stand up for what you believe in and doing what you want to do. Being able to feel scared but not back down. Being able to hold back your frustration because you will not let your anger control you. All boys, girls, and non-binary folks are adorable. To me, if they make me feel good, then they'll most likely be deemed as cute. I don't want to go crazy, but the heat isn't only flowing through my cheeks. The truth is, I am a bisexual, and I get to choose who's cute to me.
I looked in your eyes and they smiled at me. Can't say I wasn't taken back to my happy days. Relentlessly chasing away all my fears. I must have forgotten how it felt to live carefree. Truth is scary, love is blind. You can heal all wounds with time. With love I'm careless, so I wonder why I fall in it every single time. Bring back the happy days when we were so carefree. Reckless, beautiful, and satisfied. Bring back the happy days when we were together, smiling and dancing through the night. The hard days have passed, but of course there's still more to go through. Now that I'm without you, I can start to live carefree. Truth is scary, love is blind. You can heal all wounds with time. With love I'm careless, so I wonder why I fall in it every single time. Bring back the happy days when we were so carefree. Reckless, beautiful, and satisfied. Bring back the happy days before we were together. I don't need you in my life because I'm doing just fine. Hey, I'm doing just fine.
David!
Yes?
This is David. He's about to walk into one of the most tragic moments of his life.
My stomach hurts.
This is Shayla. Shayla is going through the worst time of the month again.
Oh, you want some Pepto?
David has made his first mistake.
You know damn well she don't want no Pepto-Bismol.
No, you idiot. Can't you see I'm on my period?
How the fuck am I supposed to know about that shit?
Then what am I supposed to do then?
Don't ask me, ask her.
What am I supposed to do?
You've been with me for this long and you still don't know?
You should know what to do.
Comfort her?
What do you need, babe?
I'm so glad you asked. I want Sour Patch watermelon, strawberries, and chicken nuggets.
Okay, I'll call Uber Eats.
Good call, good call.
Why can't he get it himself?
Oh, you're mad lazy. Ugh.
What's wrong with you? I mean, what's wrong?
David has made his second mistake.
It just hurts so bad.
Do you want me to rub your tummy?
Yes, babe, come here.
The fuck?
David has made his third mistake.
Okay, cool, then I won't touch you then.
Oh, so you don't want to touch me anymore?
Oh, so you don't want to touch me no more. I have a headache now.
Hey, why don't you give her some Motrin IB or an Advil will do the trick to relieve her pain?
Thank you, guy.
No problem, David.
The fuck is this garbage? Does he think you're stupid or something?
Do you really think I didn't take pills already?
Guy, help me out here. I can't read her mind. I don't understand this.
What is going on in this boy's head?
Guy. Guy?
Who is he talking to? This boy is crazy.
Shouldn't you be okay? You have a tampon?
What?
You know, a tampon, I think girls put in there to make them feel better.
I know he is not mansplaining tampons right now.
First of all, shut the fuck up. And second, I use pads. Third, that's not how it works.
Guy, help me out. Tell me what to do.
Nah, you're on your own, brother.
Guy, stop playing. I need help.
Look, man, I don't know. Every woman is different. Just be there for her.
Just be there for her.
Yeah, be there for her.
Hey, babe, I honestly don't know what to do, but I want you to know that I'm going to be right here.
Finally.
Guy?
You don't need me anymore, bro.
You're okay for today.
Throughout middle school, I had a lot of problems with my self-esteem. My preconceived notions of beauty were influenced by my family members and peers. I was being told most of my childhood that being skinny meant being pretty. Because of this, I internalized a lot of self-hate for my appearance and used it to commit to dieting by the end of 8th grade. Eventually, I became a victim of disordered eating. I wouldn't call it bulimia because it was more complicated than that. I recall obsessively journaling the calories I ate that day. If I overate, even just a little, I'd purge out half of my meals. For my inspiration, I would collect photos of skinny celebrities so I could work on eventually looking like them. At times, I would catch myself looking through pro-ana forums and websites to push myself further. When the new school year began, I lost about 20 pounds. I was finally getting the recognition that I wanted. My family was constantly asking me about dieting tips and telling me that I looked good after the weight loss. They persistently encouraged me to keep on going. Their comments prompted the pressure to continue trying to get to a smaller size. It was never about being healthy. It was just about being skinny. It didn't matter that I felt lightheaded and tired. It didn't matter that sometimes I would see traces of blood in my vomit. All it was quick results.
Even though I was being told that I was already skinny, I still wasn't that body type. I didn't look like 90s Kate Moss. I didn't look model worthy. I was just chubby. Today, I'm encouraged. I'm empowered for overcoming this toxic stage of my life. However, I still have slight sensitivity to these events. Over the course of 3 years since I recovered from disordered eating, I gained around 50 pounds. Although I've grown to accept my current weight, my family seems to view it negatively. They rarely comment on my body size anymore compared to before. But when they do, sometimes I have freaking thoughts of relapsing. Our society is not perfect. Through my experiences, I've learned that the body expectations set by media aren't realistic most of the times. Although it takes time and effort to get yourself out of that mind space, it is definitely worth the while to feel self-love. Today, we're able to see a lot more plus-size representation than ever before. By correcting these pre-existing standards of beauty, we can prevent a lot more people from suffering from disordered eating.
Everything I desired to be was hidden in the shadows, covered up by the outlines of my personality, my skin, resisting the urge to loosen up, smile, and prove to others that I was not as quiet as I seemed. I was only silent among those who knew nothing of me. I guess they all knew nothing of me. I carried my passion everywhere I went, but lacked the confidence to show them what I was about. I carried the mind of an abstract artist. I carried my own world. Everything I carried was unlike the things others carried. The taste for music that did not always speak to this generation is what I carried. My rucksack still had room. In times of distress, I could not forget to carry the memories that kept me so nostalgic. Everything was better when not a single soul knew of my passion and true voice. But as I get older, I also have to carry strength to continue holding up this rucksack as it begins to weigh me down.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that you are enough, and you don't need to change who you are to fit in with society's norms. You're not normal. You're different, and that's phenomenal. People might not see it, but I do. I love you, and the people you trust yourself with love you too. When I look at you, I see those beautiful brown eyes. In them, I see waves that rise and crash that turn into a blazing fire. I see that mountain of a nose that sits right smack in the middle of the smooth planes of your face. And in your hair, I see a luscious forest of curls. Through all the scars, hatred, and self-isolation, I am proud of the authentic, mentally stable, and open individual you have become. Even through the hate of society, you have blossomed into an extraordinary being. You are African American, Muslim, and true to who you are. Live your truth, with or without labels. I'll still love you. Who better to love you than you?
Why don't you have a soul? Why do you enjoy chewing people up, spitting them up, or swallowing them whole?
Why are you so ignorant? Did you ever graduate from grade school, middle school, high school, or college?
What was your appeal in running for presidency in the first place? To be a leader, you must consider everyone and help those in depression from economic disarray and systematic issues.
Mr. Trump, do you care about strengthening America to be a morally just society?
Why do you hate immigrants so much when your wife is one, your parents, grandparents, or whoever were one?
I want to know because all you have to show for your elite status is belligerence, hatred, and bigotry, and the only few words you know are great, fast, and shithole countries.
Because your English is that of a 2-year-old. You act worse than a 2-year-old. If anything, you've been your terrible two-face for 71 years.
Since George Washington, we have been one of the strongest nations in the world.
I want to know because so I know what to tell people who think all your glitter is gold, that racism is old, that you don't get your power without leaving others in the cold.
In this day and age, you're known across America as a comfort and as a great danger. To your supporters, you're the savior of America, battling your battles against the Democrats. To those who oppose you, you're considered one of the worst scum, spreading hate against women, LGBT, and minorities, and enabling white supremacy.
You talk mad shit, but have nothing to back up these words.
I want to know because I don't think you are the problem.
You campaigned in 2016 with no real agenda of helping the disenfranchised working class. Rather, you've made a career about flaunting your opulence as the leader of this country and brainwashing your supporters in believing that you did nothing wrong.
I don't care if you have a soul. I want to know how we let you succeed without one.
You had one job, and as we can see, you can't do anything right. You say make America great again, but you're just making it more of a shithole than before.
You play too many games, and right now, America cannot bear any more losses at the hands of your foul play.
Because the white, straight male oppression story is overdone. Because we claim that we have long parted the clouds of ignorance and found the sun. But I want to know how we let you preach with a loaded gun, how we let you speak to us with a splintered tongue, how it is we let you have your fun, how it is ignorance, greed, and oppression won. Ultimately, that's the real question.
Dear Mr. Trump, the truth is that you more realize that fighting against the cold, hunger, fear, especially leaving my family to come to this country to find study, work, opportunities, was not easy. But I am very strong and very determined, because there are many stories similar to mine, which inspire me to tell you that we're not alone, and we're not giving up because we're not bad and we're not perfect people either. But we have feelings. Your family too are immigrants, so you have to understand us. I don't have the control of this country, but if I do, I will make a big difference. But now you are the president, and I'm just a girl who wants to all be united. You and your family are together. Let us also have ours.
Welcome to Uncensored Room Live, where celebrities clear up their wrongdoings and we decide if they're canceled or not. And now, here are our 3 judges. Judge number 1,
Hawa Cowell.
Judge number 2,
Destiny Mandel.
and judge number 3.
Ashanti Scherzinger.
And now, here is contestant number 1.
Enter the room whenever you're ready to fight for your spot in society.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Your judges, majesties, I'm being accused of something I didn't do. These people are crazy out here, man. Saying I locked these women in cages, peeing on girls. They call me a predator, kidnapping people, and just a whole bunch of shit I didn't do.
So you're saying you didn't do any of those things?
They lying on me.
Why should we even believe you?
I've been an artist for about 30 years. I mind my business, and these people still hating on me.
No one is hating on your irrelevant self, but really, age ain't nothing but a number.
I'm R. Kelly, sis. Who are you?
You thought singing age ain't nothing but a number was gonna please the fucking audience? Your dumbass really did.
So you're saying that all 50 people in the surviving R. Kelly documentary were relying on your name?
Everyone in that documentary had something bad to say about me.
Yeah, only people who interacted with you, not each other. You're saying every person was lying? That can't be R. Kelly, or should I say Robert?
This camera on me is stupid. I didn't do this stuff. This was not me. This isn't me. I gave you guys 30 years of my career, and this is what you do?
That does not give you the validation to sexually assault women.
30 years of my career I gave you guys, and you trying to kill me? You're killing me, man. This is not about the music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do that.
He literally just talked about 30 years of his career. Sounds like BS to me.
I second that. Get off the stage.
Wait, but I had a right. They gave me consent. Age ain't nothing but a number.
And jail ain't nothing but a sentence.
We have heard enough from you.
Next!
Well, that was surely entertaining. Next up, we have an artist who has been around for the longest. He started out in rap music and moved into fashion. He has a lot of money, and along the way, he lost his brain.
If you think you stand a chance against society, enter the room.
How are the judges doing tonight now that I'm here? I could be so heartless. I'm being accused. I've been called ignorant for standing behind our president of the United States. He's a fine man, what can I say? And slavery was a choice, girl. They knew what they was doing. They could have just fought back. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't know what you're saying. A choice? How much of an idiot can you be?
Do you know who you're speaking to?
Do you know whose show you're on?
Bitch, I'm Kanye. I run this shit. I run all this shit here. I own this fucking stage. I'm a god.
A god? Yeah. I don't think so. Where is your logic? It's not in your head.
Logic? I am logic. Logic is me. 400 years of slavery is a choice. All of them? That's logic for you.
Somebody come get this boy off my stage.
Why did I ever come to the States?
But Kanye, do you realize why people are upset?
Only the fools are upset. My fans know the real. Jesus.
Listen, you can support whoever you want, and that includes Trump. However, slaves don't choose to be slaves. That's fucking dumb.
I am logic. I can't be dumb.
Well, then I guess you're...
Logic?
No, you're cut. Goodbye.
How can the judges be so heartless? Get it? Because it's Kanye's song? No? Okay, moving on. The final contestant for the night was once best friends with a well-known talk show host, but nowadays she doesn't know when to stop talking.
If you think you can handle it, step into the chat.
Hello, my name is Dayla Ken, and not just here to defend myself against all of the unnecessary and horrible backlash I've been getting from these past few days. Why did I bring up his rape charges? It is part of his history. In a wide range interview, I am allowed to touch base with everything about a person. Yes, he has been cleared of all charges, but my job is journalist. The world needed to know.
The media has really been tearing you apart, huh?
Did you seriously not think about how his wife would feel? How his children would feel?
In a wide range interview, that's what she has to do. But why leak that clip?
Are you seriously defending her? You could have let the man rest.
Well, if you look at it, it's not fair that she's being scrutinized. Look at Kanye. He still has his followers. And what about R. Kelly? He still has girls throwing themselves at them. But once a woman of color does something not even that bad to balance the scales, she's torn to shreds.
I still believe she could have waited a while after his death settled in order to make those comments, not right after his death.
I agree. The double standards in the media are crazy ridiculous. Why is that these men get the pass on doing reckless actions and not being held accountable? However, Gail could have simply waited and let the man rest, but does the media ever let anyone?
It doesn't matter if she's a woman of color. This is a public figure that just died in a helicopter crash with his daughter. If anyone brought up those rape charges right after a tragedy, I would treat them the exact same.
Well, I didn't know the media was going to see the clip. My network didn't know without me knowing. I already had talking with them, man.
Like talking is going to help the public feel at ease. His family. You were probably just trying to find a topic to fill the air because you couldn't find anything else to articulate a deeper discussion about something else like every trifling ass reporter.
Wait, by the exact same, do you mean death threats like every other public known has been making?
No, that crosses the line. However, the fact is, it all happened too soon. That's why the public is upset. They completely had no time to mourn. The family had no time to mourn.
But she just said she wasn't aware they were gonna drop that bomb so harshly on the public.
It shouldn't have been asked in the first place.
I mean, this is what Gail does. It's her job to dig deep.
So that means fuck everyone?
Well, that's not what we're arguing here.
Then what are you exactly insinuating?
If you're famous, this is the consequence of the lifestyle that you live. Your past will be revealed. There's no escaping that.
I mean, it can if you tried hard enough.
I don't know. I think what she did was still wrong.
It was wrong, but it wasn't as bad as R. Kelly and Kanye.
Okay. While our judges sort out their dispute, we want to hear from the audience. Who do you think should be canceled out of society? Who should be the one person that gets accepted by our society despite their terrible actions? And the winner of Uncensored Room Live is...
The ocean of your melody drowns me, and I listen to the beat of your waves. Your beat and tempo surround the calm sea, while creating an underwater rave. I let myself fall into your dark depths. You entrap me within your hidden words. I begin to fall in sync with your steps. Your voice was like nothing I've ever heard. But why should I let myself sink at all? 'Cause you helped me to let go and decontrol. We go down together, and as we fall, I realize we were always one soul. You never had me locked inside your hold. You were just helping me become more bold.
Hey, Miss N, can you help me with the groceries?
Marcus, don't interrupt me. I'm watching Discovery Channel.
Come on, I'm serious. The rest of the groceries are in the car.
I will not go into that contraption that is slowly but surely killing me.
Miss N, you're being dramatic.
Me, mother of all plants, animals, and etc. is being dramatic? Huh. If I would have known humans would have been this rude, I would have taken out your ancestor.
Mother Nature, what were you even doing before I got here?
I was just looking for a new job.
A new job? You're Mother Nature. That is your job.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Can you explain why you decided to quit?
No, not really. Oh, the damn remote doesn't work.
Miss N!
What? I said I don't want to talk about it, so I'm not talking about it now. Are there any more groceries in the car?
Yes, but...
Go get them.
If you weren't Mother Nature, what would you even be?
Well, on my list, I got model, astronaut, figure skater. I know they say you can't go professional after 25, but I say 4.5 billion years of experience is still pretty useful.
I'm serious.
So am I. Now, I gotta get back to my soaps.
Miss Anna!
What?
Mother Nature, you gotta get back out there. The planet is dying. Come save us.
I gave you everything, and you still fucked it up. I'm not doing shit. Fix it yourself.
No, I'm not endorsing this kind of behavior.
What behavior?
Your passive aggressiveness.
I am not passive aggressive.
Last time I didn't take out the recycling, you threw it all over my bed.
I wouldn't call that passive aggressive. That was clearly just aggressive.
Oh, really? Remember the Starbucks incident?
Here we go again.
I used one straw at Starbucks and you blast up the thermostat to 120 degrees. You almost baked me alive.
Marcus, I'm not doing this with you.
Doing what?
Feeding into your passive-aggressive nature.
What?
I showed you the video of the turtle with the straw up its nose, and not 2 hours later, you show up with that straw.
I forgot about the video. Besides, it's not like my straw was gonna impale some turtle.
You don't know that. See, this is the exact reason I don't want to be Mother Nature anymore. You guys don't care.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't. I send you heat waves and solar flares. Hell, you guys literally burned a hole in the ozone layer and then spilled oil into the Gulf of Mexico, and you still can't get your shit together.
We fucked up and we fixed it.
You didn't fix shit. The ozone layer is just coming back. And as for the Gulf, there's still oil coming to shores to this day.
We'll fix it.
I don't think you understand. You guys are still pumping for oil and ruining my children's remains.
I'm sorry. I don't see it that way. I still know for a fact that we have a chance to save this planet.
It's already too late.
Mother Nature? Mother Nature!
Third in place, surrounded by water and land, 454 billion years old, my mother always told me to respect my elders. And I know most of you guys know that too, so why don't we respect Earth? Is it because of the fluctuating temperatures, the rising sea levels, the deforested land, the taxes? That isn't the fault of Earth. Don't blame it on Mother Nature. Blame yourselves. We were born on a land filled with resources, roaring waters, unique creatures, vast land, beauty. That was immediately destroyed by humans. We have purposely lit rainforests for products that we just throw away in the matter of seconds, robbing wildlife of their choice of life because they're appealing to look at, investing in these factories that release all these harmful gases into Earth. The greenhouse effect. The sunlight touches base with Earth. Some of that energy reflects into space. The rest of that energy goes to greenhouse gases that go in various directions, trapping in heat, warming our home. Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, the greenhouse gases that are supposed to contribute a natural role in our atmosphere. Instead, they are roaming around our Earth, causing the ice caps in Greenland and Antarctica to melt, sea levels to rise, flooding the islands we want to explore, pushing families out their homes, releasing new bacteria into our oceans. And we feed into it, allowing these power plants to run on non-renewable energy, buying plastic like we bathe in it daily. We walk and drive along Earth like it's a big wasteland because we are too impatient to wait to throw it in the actual garbage can. We waste resources and now we're running out. There isn't an unlimited amount of coal, oil, and natural gas, which is what the US runs mostly on. There isn't an unlimited amount of water. Undeveloped countries have to rely on GMOs and their growing kids to fetch resources that are miles away. We flick a switch or turn a knob and the service is at our door. They don't want you to know you're killing your home. They don't want you to care about the many animals that were sacrificed. They don't want you to care about the oceans drowning people who can't save themselves. They don't want you to care about the trees that have billions of years worth of carbon poured into them. They don't want you to know you're walking straight into a disaster. They don't want you to care about Earth. And you listen by leaving on the lights that don't need to be on, keeping the plugs and the outlets for things you haven't touched in months, keeping your shower running for an hour and a half because you had a rough day, blasting the AC on 60 degrees while you clutch on a blanket for warmth, dropping trash discreetly on the ground because a public trash can is 5 feet from the direction that you're going in, buying water bottles and pouring them into hydro flasks, giving money to the companies that will never care about this planet. When does Earth get to rest? Just because you don't see anything wrong around you doesn't mean it isn't happening. Don't pretend you don't feel the 60-degree weather in winter. Don't pretend you don't see public areas filled with filth. Don't pretend you don't know any better. Don't pretend you don't see animals pleading with the eyes for you to stop robbing them of their homes. Don't pretend you don't see Earth reaching its full capacity. Don't pretend you don't hear me when I speak this truth. Don't pretend there's nothing wrong. I don't expect Earth to save us for the way that we treated it for ages. We ruined this planet and want to travel to another to do the same? We don't deserve it. We just take up space and contaminate it. We don't deserve it. Every time someone mentions climate change, we turn our head and tune out the damage that we have done. We don't deserve it. The home that we should have saved before it was too late. We never deserved it.
The home of the slain. The home of the slain. They grind and they grind, they break and they bind, but what do they gain? The home of the slain. The home of the slain. Our bloodshed is past, our problems are cast, but what do we change?
Thank you so much for joining us for our very first online virtual Zoom out into the world live streaming on Facebook. Uncensored. This is an amazing team that has moved mountains, that has constantly challenged themselves, ourselves, and the students to create this fantastic show. And I feel very, very privileged to be able to work with all of you. So thank you very much, Jennifer Shirley. Thank you very much, Kevin Carrillo. Thank you very much, Denise Hughes, and to all the students. Can I get everybody back on for one more bow, and then we'll close it off.
And thank you to Trisha. Whoop, whoop.
All right, 1, 2, 3, uncensored. Everyone out there, be safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much once again for joining.